always want to fight the best, especially whoever is ranked above me. That's gonna get me closer to a title shot. It's a big fight for me. I'm ready.
Agora é hora de derrotar qualquer um adversário que venha na minha frente, né? E o primeiro agora vai ser o Mousasi.
I'm hungry, and that's something I'm going to be showing in the fight.
Being exciting and finishing this fight, that's the way it has to be. It's the only way I'll accept it.
I'm definitely the highest profile fighter that Chiesa's had to face. I've got tons of experience. He's in a lot of trouble.
I respect every man I get out there in the octagon with, but I don't care what he's ranked, who he's beaten. He's got to fight me on that night. There's a damn good chance I'm going to beat him.
Jacare Souza looks to establish himself as the next middleweight title contender against Gegard Mousasi. Former Strikeforce champ Además Overeem battles fellow knockout artist Ben Rothwell. And two submission artists clash as Joe Lauzon takes on Ultimate Fighter winner Michael Chiesa. This is Countdown to UFC Fight Night, Jacare versus Mousasi.
This encounter we're about to see between Gegard Mousasi and Jacare Souza is fascinating.
Oh, Mousasi! Folks, we gotta stop! Remember the name, Jacare!
These are both decorated champions in Strikeforce. Mousasi was the light heavyweight champion. Jacare was the middleweight champion. Now they both meet at middleweight in the UFC.
They've been looked at as guys that can really threaten for the middleweight title.
Do not be fooled by the bored look of Gegard Mousasi. This guy is an assassin.
It's going to get to the bottom of who is the best guy and who deserves that opportunity.
Eu comecei a treinar jiu-jitsu em Manaus. Foi através do meu irmão mais velho, né? Entrei na academia, fui treinar, aí eu apanhei muito e resolvi voltar sempre na academia para tentar sempre vencer, né? A partir do primeiro momento que eu pisei e fiz meu primeiro treino de jiu-jitsu, eu resolvi que aquele esporte ia me seguir pro resto da vida. Me apaixonei a primeiro treino, não à primeira vista, né?
Olha, a primeira vez quando eu vi o Jacare lutar, eu vi que o Jacare tinha um futuro brilhante. Boa, Jacare, boa! Aí tinha visto o Jacare lutar no campeonato de jiu-jitsu, né? Inclusive lutou contra o Demian Maia, que era meu aluno na época. Depois o Jacare voltou ao Mundial aqui e passou o carro em todo mundo no jiu-jitsu, né? Vai, boi, bota o Jacare. E faltava estar na mão das pessoas certas para dirigir o carro. O Jacare é uma Ferrari. E com certeza deu tudo certo. O Jacare está na minha mão e vai ser o número 1 do mundo e pau com pau, peso por peso.
Quando eu assinei o contrato com o UFC, fiquei muito feliz, né? Eu falei, caramba, agora eu tô dentro do UFC. Como é que vai ser? Quando eu entrar, o Bruce Boa foi gritando. Aí eu cheguei lá pra passar vaselina, passei, aí eu entrei no octógono. Daí começou o Bruce Boa foi gritando. quase que eu falo, cala a boca, você tá me deixando nervoso, cara. Mas aí quando começou a briga, eu me soltei, consegui me sair bem.
Souza has done it! Welcome to the Ultimate Fighting Championship!
Since his UFC debut, Jacare has run through top competition.
Huge shots raining down from Jacare!
Including defeating Francis Carmel, who had won 11 fights in a row at that time. And now, a win over number 7 ranked Gegard Mousasi could be just what he needs to get him a shot at the champion. But the Dutch kickboxer has other plans, and for this camp, he continues to fine-tune his striking in the small town of Leiden, a 40-minute ride southwest of Amsterdam.
It's where I grew up, where I picked up mixed martial arts. I started really doing boxing when I was 15. Later on, went to kickboxing, and eventually that's how I got into MMA. This is where I always trained in this gym. I have a lot of friends coming here from way back, and they always help me to improve. I particularly worked a lot on the stand-up for this fight, knowing that stand-up is my strength. And not to get hit, of course, to hit them.
He is very talented in all the sports from MMA, so wrestling, boxing, kickboxing. He's like a sponge.
Die pakt hem op, hij laat hem niet bij komen, hij wil slaan ze bij zijn, hij pakt hem goed, boem, op dat er doorheen. Als dat zo is, ja.
Jacare's strength is the ground, so he has to close the distance if he wants to take me down, so it's gonna be difficult for him.
Jacare is very good fighter, one of the best in the weight class, but he's excited. He cannot wait to fight.
As long as I keep standing, I will win for sure.
As Jacare ascends the ranks of the middleweight division, he prepares in Rio alongside his longtime teammate, Anderson Silva. The man that held the 185-pound title for nearly 7 years before losing his belt and subsequently suffering a near career-ending leg injury last year.
Jacare é um atleta que, com o passar do tempo, teve uma evolução muito grande com o treinamento que ele vem fazendo.
A princípio, o que eu observei no Jacare, que me motivou muito a treinar, porque eu vi que o Jacare tem uma genética muito privilegiada. Eu vi que ele tinha potencial para realmente ser... Ele já era forte, né? Eu queria deixar ele extremamente forte.
O Jacare evoluiu muito, né? Eu digo, a evolução não só técnica, mas mental também, né? Ele está mais consciente das armas que ele tem, ele sabe o potencial que ele tem.
Eu fui e sou treinador do Anderson, que foi durante 8 anos detentor do cinturão. Assim, eu vejo o Jacare um atleta que tem tudo para ser o campeão da categoria, realmente.
Esse é meu foco. Mais cedo ou mais tarde eu vou disputar o cinturão do UFC. Nasci em Vila Velha, Espírito Santo, onde eu pegava manga no quintal dos outros, andava o dia todo na rua. Eu tinha um receio de morar no Rio de Janeiro, mas minha esposa sempre quis. Mas depois que eu vim pra cá, a gente ama morar aqui, a gente agradece a Deus de ter a oportunidade de morar aqui nesse lugar maravilhoso, próximo das praias, né?
Aqui é bem melhor, muito bom pra qualidade de vida.
Ficou bom, amor. Tipo, a minha mãe ficava a favor de tudo que me deixava longe de confusão, né? E o esporte me deixava longe das confusões, então ela apoiou muito. Esse pilota. Passava o dia todo dentro da academia, todo mundo que chegava lá estava dormindo, ou comendo, ou fazendo alguma coisa dentro da academia. Então me apelidaram até de jacaré, porque o símbolo da academia é um jacaré. Na época eu não tinha nada, eu não tinha um centavo. Mas eu nasci para ser um vencedor e tá vivo, né? Tô bem hoje, graças a Deus. Deus abençoou muito.
In a surging middleweight division, Jacare Souza isn't the only one who thinks his destiny is to become middleweight champion.
Gegard Mousasi, an absolute veteran of the sport, has fought all around the world.
And with only one loss in his last 9 fights,
this is an incredibly skilled fighter.
Gegard Mousasi holds a strong argument to be one of the next in line.
The performance that really proved Gegard Mousasi is a legitimate top contender was his recent win over Mark Munoz.
This is where Mousasi really thrives, when he's stalking his opponent, pushing them back.
The knock in his game over the years has been his lack of wrestling. We've seen in recent fights, he's addressed that, he's made some changes.
Oh, nicely done. Mousasi taking them out, Munoz giving out the back.
And then it was Gegard Mousasi who actually ended the fight on the floor.
Submission victory for Gegard Mousasi here in Berlin.
He is a serious threat to win a championship.
My main goal now is to win the UFC belt. UFC is the biggest organization, so winning the belts there means the most.
He believes he should be mixing it with the top guys, and tonight he has proved just that.
You can never learn enough. You have to become every time better, otherwise your opponent's gonna get better and you're gonna lose eventually. So for a fight you try to get in shape, and meanwhile you also try to develop yourself technique-wise or mentally or physically, whatever it is. His strength is ground, so we want to avoid that. So working a lot on takedown defense, my stand-up and getting right back up. The stand-up, I'm the better fighter, so I'm just making sure that I'm going to keep the fight stand-up and have the advantage there.
6 years ago, Gegard Mousasi and Jacare Souza meet at the Saitama Super Arena in Tokyo, Japan. They meet for the first time. There's so much at stake.
It was a one-night tournament. They had already fought previously in the night, advanced to face each other.
Jacare really struggled to get him down, got him down, and it looked like that was where he wanted to be.
Jacare is a very aggressive guy. Sometimes that works against guys, and that's what we saw. He's throwing a wild overhand right from the top, diving in. Mousasi throws a short up kick, night over.
If you take a look at how long Jacare Souza has been competing, in 11 years, he has 3 losses. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely amazing. Now you get a chance to finally avenge a loss. You know Jacare is going to be absolutely motivated for this fight. He's going to want to teach Gegard a lesson to say, you know what, pal, that was a fluke.
Now they're going to do it again. They're going to do it in the UFC.
One of these guys wants to get a first-round victory. I can tell you that myself right now. Don't blink in this fight. If you do, that's on you.
The upcoming co-main event will feature 2 of the hardest hitters in the UFC's heavyweight division. Big Ben Rothwell, who wields enough power to knock out anyone in the division, is coming off of a punishing TKO victory over Brandon Vera. His opponent, former K1 and Strikeforce champion Además Overeem, still seeks to live up to the hype that followed him into the UFC.
I'm finally in the UFC. Basically, I already beat everybody outside of the UFC, so for me it was a logical next step.
Marcus Hurts is going to be in.
while the Reem has had some tough losses along the way against top competition, he rebounded with a dominant win over former UFC heavyweight champion Frank Mir this past February.
Performance by Además Overeem.
The Dutch kickboxer, ready to make a serious run at UFC Gold, has relocated to New Mexico, enjoying Jackson Winklejohn's MMA, arguably the most prominent gym in the sport, and home to light heavyweight champ John Jones.
Okay, guys, everybody good?
I don't linger on the past, wish, coulda, this and that, you know. Even in the times that I was not guided properly, I know that I did my best and I wanted the best.
Turn around, jogging backwards.
However, one of my strengths is, and I've done that a couple times in my career, is to reevaluate everything.
If your shoulders don't get tired in a fight, you keep your hands up, and you can punch more consistently.
And just go in a new direction, and not go in a new direction 50%, just go 120%. And that's what I just did.
Feel. So much of fighting is relaxing and feeling what he's doing as you set the table.
For me, I needed a home base.
All right, guys, have Gegard today.
I've always been curious about Rick Jackson from the get-go.
The big deal about getting the left knee in is the opposite hand. So if this is here, in, twist this hard this way, extract here. Let's go.
It just got on hold.
Yeah, perfect, yes. Good enough, you got it, my friend.
Because I joined Black Zillions. And then later, I had a fight with Travis, so that postponed my visit.
Can you see my foot on the bottom? That's where my power's coming from. I'm going here, and then I'm just going up.
And after Travis, I fought Mir, which again postponed my visit. So after the Mir fight, I was like, okay, let's first get this gym thing sorted. 3D cuts. I actually was introduced by a couple of guys from the gym. They just took me there, and he opened up his shop to me because the shop was closed. He opened up the shop. Al said, it's a great honor for me to cut your hair. I'm like, hey, bro, thanks, man. Walked inside, and I mean, it was full of UFC memorabilia and posters, and this guy's a huge fan.
So your next fight's banned, huh?
Yeah.
How's that going? How's the training and everything? Good?
The training is perfect. I mean, I've got good sparring partners. The coaches are very good. It's high altitude. You add it all up together, I get very excited to fight.
Dude, when Alistair came into the shop, dude, it's kind of like, it's as big as he is.
Yeah. Menacing.
And I ain't gonna lie, I like literally was shaking when I first cut him up.
Jump in.
Honestly, when he got in my chair, it's a whole different side of him, like down to earth. All right, love you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming, man.
So I'm gonna be looking all sharp from now on. First trip out here to meet with Greg and just to talk over things. He also introduced me to Dr. Bo Hightower.
I feel like you have good control of this. And Alistair's been able to keep his body really healthy for many years. And I was like, how many surgeries when he first came in? He said 0. I was like, well, incredible.
I was walking around with this elbow problem, and I couldn't train. I didn't know what it was. I kind of saw a couple of doctors. They kind of had me do some stuff, but there was no effect. We're massaging now, this area. Mm-hmm. This is tight, and then here is.
They both are.
He was actually the first one to get the whole thing going. I had 10 or 11 hours of surgery on all the nerve. They actually did both elbows, bone spurs, and then on the right elbow they had a ulnar nerve replacement.
All right, take this hand and reach towards your foot.
At the time before the surgery, I couldn't do anything. With what it is now, it's a night and day difference.
Look at that. Yeah. Feet's up, ready to rock.
When I got the call for Además Overeem, that means something. It's a name, he's ranked, it changes everything. It makes you exciting to train, it makes you excited for the opportunity. 33 wins, you know, I have finished 30 of my fights. I mean, that's what's expected from the heavyweights, finishes. To go out and put on a show. When I watch myself fight after, I want to be impressed. I want to be like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're going to be warming up our calves and getting our stance, getting ourselves into our mode.
So I started in the UFC in the end of 2009. It's been 5 years now.
Good, face the other way.
First 3 fights in the UFC was moving around, unstable camps, working with coaches that I didn't really know, all sorts of nonsense.
Anybody else not have a partner?
It's different here. Everyone's for each other. And at most other gyms, it's kind of everyone for themselves, especially when you got multiple guys in one weight class. They're all gunning for that same spot. Here, we're all gunning to help each other.
Roll in. 3, 2, 3. Back and forth.
This gym is my energy. Everything's really changed for me. It changed me as a person. It gave me something to fight for. It kept me in the gym. And it got me to where I'm at right now.
Good job, good job. Oh, it's the kickboxing and promotion right here.
In the gym, we benefit tremendously from that. We can come in, have it just be us, so we don't have any distractions. We can just hit it and hit it hard.
Strength always has to be there, especially being a heavyweight.
Mixed martial arts requires you to be conditioned from head to toe. So we try to focus on endurance as well.
Beautiful work, let's go. Nice.
He's wanted to fight Overeem for months now. I've heard him talk about it. I really want Overeem. Ben's been chomping at the bit. I can tell he needs it. He's got that fire and it's been burning. He's ready to just unleash on someone.
Saturday, I just like to do nothing. Because otherwise you're only training, eating, and sleeping, and repeat.
Oh, penalty! Penalty!
So, FIFA. Of course, I'm Dutch. We performed great on the World Cup. We didn't become first, and that sucks, but we became third. Still very proud of our guys.
Oh, my God.
So that kind of transcends into the living room. Yeah, just some competition and some relaxation, you know, in the evening. You have nothing to do, just grab the Xbox.
Overtime.
Same team. We'll be the dream team.
We're the dream team.
All right, let's get it, boys.
Joining Greg Jackson and Wilma John's team. I didn't know a lot of fighters walking into the gym, but... They welcome me with open arms.
Just go low through the knees.
Go low.
Be low. And no power, just technique.
John Jones, well, he's got a lot of energy. He always wants to do something fun.
I'm just saying go low, and that makes everything better. Oscar's a great fighter. I'd say he's a mediocre bowler. Still better than me. Where's the powder?
Grab like this.
Alright, I'm done. I got worse. I'm getting worse. All the guys got to laugh. We got to roast each other.
You are being very consistent now.
Yo, back up, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
good game, guys.
But for Alistair Overeem, the perks go beyond some fun downtime. In addition to working with Greg Jackson, he has been sharpening his striking with two-time world Muay Thai champion Mike Winklejohn, who has trained several UFC champions, including George St. Pierre, Rashad Evans, and of course, the current light heavyweight king.
now I've been training and fighting a long time, 20 years now. This is my 20th year. And I've had the liberty to work with great coaches, with average coaches, and also with bad coaches. And I definitely place these two coaches in the great. If you look at their resume, they've built several champions. Both coaches are very experienced. They've been there from the beginning, and they're very analytical. So am I.
We weren't sure what was going to happen when he came in the door. It was one of those things he had to kind of prove himself to us. But since he's been here, he's been a blessing around here. He's helping others. He's a great addition. He's going to make the rest of the fighters around here that much better.
His work is proven. I mean, I grew up watching Alistair. So when he offers his advice, we tend to listen to him.
For me, you know, I'm learning every day. It's great. I'm just all happy.
So let me show you what I want. From here, that's what you do, bro. Preparing for Alistair, he wants to be in control, he wants to be on top. Anything that's going to put me in a bad position, you got to be ready for it. Nobody expect him to go for a takedown. Well, we expect him to go for a takedown. We expect anything he might try to do. That's mixed martial arts. That's the beauty of it. Expect anything. Luis Claudio is a Brazilian black belt under Rickson Gracie. He's been a black belt himself for 15 years. He's been a black belt as long as I've been doing martial arts.
Every time you got a bad position, you don't want to stay and fight for it, you just flow.
I've been working with Ben Rothwell for, I would say, for 3 years now.
I can use my hand, I can use my forehead, but as long as I have a point of base to just jump over.
He was looking for a jiu-jitsu that was based in fundamentals.
Step, step, one. Perfect. Yes, nice. Under, back, and take the back. Very nice.
So I don't try to do anything fancy. I don't go for fancy. I go for what it works.
To here, to here. Nice.
The thing about the jiu-jitsu is all of our defenses turn into an offense.
Nice.
You know, one way to get someone to stop attacking you is to begin attacking them.
1, 2.
When I see him training on the ground, you know, it's like, oh my God. You know, the same way he flows when he's standing up, I see the same way he's flowing on the ground. That's a big change.
It's your timing.
This is more intense in the water.
There's no ice in it. I for one, love ice baths because it's been such a huge part of my recovery.
This is therapy, brother, for your body.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And some of the other guys know they should do it, but when they touch that water, they freak out and lose their mind, and that's just comedy in itself.
We're Wisconsin, man. They do that here.
They got that.
You got under the tap, bro.
Back, we need under the tap.
Oh my God! I hate it.
Yeah.
Here we go!
Why you gotta take that out, bro?
Come on, bro. We'll do it together.
Thank you, bro.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Yeah!
All right!
We don't do these things in Brazil, bro. In Brazil, the water is hot.
We appreciate you a lot, man. Appreciate all you do for us, man, giving us the extra supplements and all the work that you put in with us.
Absolutely.
And we know these kind of things are right up your alley, so me and Bach went in and we got you this.
Figured you're going to war. Might as well need some hardware.
It's suitable.
You'd be right at home putting a battle axe in somebody's forehead.
I always get energized when I hear who my opponent will be.
Load up. You just that's it right there.
I know he's a big guy who likes to brawl.
I don't think there's many heavyweights that possessed the skills that I have or have shown the endurance or the will to fight that I have.
I'm hungry. That's something I'm going to be showing in the fight. And I feel that run is coming again.
I'm prepared anywhere this fight can go, but being exciting and finishing this fight, that's the way it has to be. It's the only way I'll accept it.
Upcoming main card also features a bout between two lightweight submission artists who constantly put on thrilling performances in the octagon.
Michael Chiesa is part of his slate. Just a brilliant display by Joe Lauzon.
At just 26 years old, Spokane, Washington's Michael Chiesa continues his impressive 11-1 run in the sport.
That's it. It is all over. And Michael Maverick Chiesa by submission.
Once I catch someone's back, I don't give it up until I choke you, man.
And Joe Lauzon, who has had 12 UFC performance bonuses, will look to stymie the fellow veteran of the Ultimate Fighter.
Warburton's in all sorts of trouble. Warburton is holding on. He's going to turn it into a title. Very nicely done by Joe Lauzon. Joe Lauzon, winner by submission.
My gym is Lauzon MMA. We've been here about a year and a half now. Our old spot was in Bridgewater. We didn't have the best location. This new location is awesome though. Having your own gym definitely makes it a little bit harder to train because it definitely divides your attention a little bit. You know, I can't be 100% focused on, you know, my own training. I do have to teach class and things like that. My elbow is closest to his legs, is tight on the hip, stop him getting away.
My knee is driving across. So, once here, I scrape, boom, and I drive forward.
But when I teach classes, whatever I want to work on for the fight, we're going to do in class.
Elbow straight to the hip, boom, under the head.
I'm teaching jiu-jitsu class. We're going to work on whatever I want to work on for the fight. We break down a lot of tape to get ready for an opponent. So we got all the DVDs, we got all his fights from Mike Chiesa. We try to pick up on patterns, try to see the different things that he's good at, and try to negate them. I've been in the UFC for 8 years now. When I fought Jens Pulver was my first fight in the UFC, and it was pretty crazy. I don't think I really understood exactly what I was getting into. I just wanted to keep my eyes down. I didn't want to look up at the crowd. I didn't want to realize how many people were there.
Very, very impressive.
Perhaps Lauzon has nothing to do with exchanging fists with Jens Pulver, which might be a wise decision.
It's definitely a wise decision.
Down goes Pulver again.
Down goes Jens is out. And he's out. Unbelievable.
The fight went really well. I knocked him out in 43 seconds. And then after the fight was when I actually, you know, took a moment to like look up and realize how many people were there, and it was crazy. Everything changed. My entire life changed.
Huge victory for Joe Lauzon.
Since his UFC debut, Lauzon has had a career with many positives. 10 UFC wins. 5 Fight of the Night performances.
Controlling the octagon, Mike. Lauzon exploding in this fight. That was one of the most impressive performances of Joe Lauzon's career.
And an assortment of thrilling submission victories.
Joe Lauzon, winner by submission.
But in a stacked division that is crowded near the top, fighters need to find ways to separate themselves. And it all begins with stringing together big wins.
Lightweight division in the UFC is super packed. Toughest division, bar none. I think I'm towards the top, but I think I've had problems in the past of being consistent. You know, things have gone overall pretty well, but you know, it can always be better. So I'm looking to, you know, add another win. I'll put in a good camp, get good work in, go out and smash them.
The one thing that bugs me about the lightweight division is it's not moving enough. I'm not trying to take a shot at the champ here. You know, he's the champ for a reason. But, you know, I don't like how stagnant, there's no movement. I want to see some shift. I'm making my way up, so guys are gonna have to start stepping aside or stepping my way so I can march over you, you know what I mean? I'm pleased thus far, you know, at 26 years old, 4-1 in the UFC, fighting the number 15th ranked guy in the UFC in Joe Lauzon. I'm happy with where I'm at. I don't look the same any fight. You can go back to my first fight on The Ultimate Fighter up until my last fight with Trinaldo. I have looked better and better each time out. I'm constantly progressing. I'm not even in my prime. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I see you drill it.
I started training with Mike when I was 19 years old, so it's been a long time. We've been training together in like 10 years.
Perfect. It's a brotherhood that's been built on combat, you know what I mean? That's how we met. We met in the gym. You need somebody that's gonna push you, somebody that's gonna punch you and you're gonna go home that night and dwell on it and think about how you're gonna get them back.
As soon as he got this fight, I'm like, man, we're all over that. You're gonna be a damn superstar after this fight, you know? So I'm excited for him. It's a great opportunity for him.
I'm one performance away from making people talk about me. I'm one performance away from people going, all right, this guy is a contender. I have to make a statement this fight. You know, I'm just trying to become a better athlete and better my career. And fortunately, that's got to be at the expense of his.
My son Joey was born January 12th. When Joey was 4 days old, he was having a little bit of breathing difficulty.
And that's Brewski. They were your half-brothers.
We got transferred to Children's Hospital in Boston. And they're like, oh, we're gonna have a whole bunch of specialists come and talk to you. But the only one specialist that came to us was oncology. You know, it was like the cancer doctors.
The old gym?
That was tough. That was tough. We were never thinking, you know, cancer.
I think I'm gonna lose a fight and I win.
You go from like being all excited about having this new baby, and then like, oh, it's cancer. You know, so now they're talking chemotherapy.
Give Daddy a kiss. He had been at Children's, I think, for 2 days, and it was that second day he started chemotherapy. Joe and I were really happy about that they were treating it so aggressively. That made us feel a lot better. Joey's doing great now. His last scans showed that his cancer was gone.
Hello. Happy birthday. It was definitely tough, but it definitely made us stronger. You know, we were really, really happy with the care he got. You know, the Children's Hospital was awesome.
Things have gotten a lot better for Joey. A lot better for us, too. Now we can kind of relax and, you know, enjoy being a family.
The whole experience with Joey has definitely been motivating. You know, to go and see this little baby fight off and, you know, beat cancer and go 1-0 is pretty awesome.
Oh, yum! I'm always nervous before he fights, but I think it'll just make him push a little bit harder than he already does.
Once I got done with The Ultimate Fighter, the one thing I wanted to get going was a strength and conditioning program. It's something that I lacked for the first 5 years of my fighting career. So, you know, after winning the show and being able to walk away from my full-time job.
Go, 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 go. Nice.
I met CJ.
Stay strong.
Been 2-0 ever since. You know, I've won my last 2 fights since I started working with him.
Quick. Stay busy, explode, work harder, keep grinding, everything you got. 3 days a week, we'll go at a strength and conditioning boot camp. So we'll go at a lot of free weights, a lot of power lifts. There you go. And make sure his muscles get a little bit tired, fatigue, to build up cardio within the muscles. Nice. You need nail clippers? No. That's what we say about those wounds right there. Then a couple days a week, we usually go straight fast fitness, which would be agility, cardio, plyometrics, all of that put together.
I just want to be known as a tough guy. You know, I want to be known as one of the best in the world. That's what I'm gunning for.
Every second, perfect rep. Work them out. Work, keep grinding.
I'm not here to win money. I'm not here to get a cute girlfriend.
Hard, as soon as you feel like slowing down, it's turn-up time.
I'm strictly here to become the best in the world. You know, as long as I keep marching through, guys.
Wait, 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get what I'm destined for.
Just about there, brother. Just about there.
I like to stay ready. You know, in this sport, the best opportunities come on a short notice.
Your head needs to move about 5 times in this. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes, keep the momentum. You always want to be prepared. You always want to be able to make weight on short order and be in good enough shape to go out there and compete.
Forearm bars, bottom side, and switch. Once you're in the UFC, this is your job. That's what you do for a living. Hip and punch. Make sure you get those angles. You know, it's easy when you get to this level to slack off a little and, you know, your fight's in 3 months, do something today, do something tomorrow. But if you work like that in real life, you're not gonna get anything done. You gotta put your hours in. Sit out, guillotine, sit out. Boom. And that's what he does. Back out. Seatbelt sweep. Go. It's been like that ever since he first walked in this gym as an amateur. He was the guy that was always in the gym.
You know, I'm not content with just winning a decision. You know, I want to finish guys. That's how you make people remember your name as you go out and you finish.
This to me is a real fight. Joe Lauzon goes and tries to take your head off and end the fight too.
I have every advantage in this fight. I have the better jiu-jitsu. I have the better stand-up. I have the more experience. I have the better heart. He's in a lot of trouble.
He's good for a reason. You know, he's a tough guy. He can bang, he can submit.
That's why I'm excited about this matchup. I feel like this isn't a matchup we have to worry about the judges.
I've got all the respect in the world for him, but yeah, I definitely plan on beating him up.
But I always want to try and finish people. I don't want to get in a position and stop moving. I want to keep being aggressive. I want to keep pushing the pace.
Quero passar por ele, passar bem por ele, tirar uma boa vitória para conseguir alcançar meu objetivo que é o cinturão.
I think I need an impressive win, especially if I can finish the fight. I will make a statement.
This is a fight to get excited for. This is a fight people are going to watch. This is the fight I need people to watch.
KO in the first round would be nice. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be in the best shape ever to get the job done.